Let's talk turkey, Brendan Long.
This is it. All right, so we got
What do we got?
Canelo
Who's he fighting?
versus Billy Joe Saunders, which
How-
is
how-
already now it's already mired in controversy.
Correct. The ring,
Ah,
this guy's mouth. Look, I don't like this guy as a person.
No, I don't either. I
Um,
don't like his kid either.
I don't like his little kid that hit
No.
Willie Monroe in the dong.
In the nuts, he
So,
dong shotted Willie Monroe.
For those who don't know, Willie Monroe, the sweetest guy in the world. His father was Willie the Worm.
His uncle.
Uncle.
Yeah.
The great Willie the Worm Monroe.
Right, from the fighting city of
From the
Philadelphia.
fighting city of Philadelphia.
Of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
So the Billy Joe Saunders and Willie are fighting. They're at the weigh-in. Willie's such a nice guy. He like pats Billy Joe Saunders' little son on the head to say hello. This kid's such a little piece of garbage. He hits Willie Monroe in the dong with a dong shot. And instead of checking him, Billy Joe Saunders is basically co-signing this behavior of this little badass kid and saying, that's what I taught. He should do that. That's what I taught him to do. Kid's a little dickhead. He's a dickhead. He's already talking. He didn't show up at the face-off. Then they end up having a face-off because he didn't show up. They're standing there. It's not even filmed professionally. It's like on a phone. He starts talking shit to Canelo.
He's blowing the whole promotion.
He is. What was the ring? What happened with the ring?
This is fucking psychotic.
Go ahead.
So apparently they're claiming that they had asked for inside of the ropes, 24 feet, which is fucking psychotic.
Psychotic.
I found out today because I did a little research that Saunders has never fought in a ring bigger than 20 feet, which the ring they're fighting in is 20 feet. So, which is
I think we
standard.
gotta explain a little bit here. I don't want to go too down a rabbit hole.
I don't
We
either.
can talk about
let me just
16-foot rings.
That's like when you're in someone's gym. You see like a 16-foot ring, in someone because they can't fit a bigger ring.
But I know we're not going down a rabbit hole, but I just want to explain why these movers like bigger rings. A guy like Floyd wants a bigger ring. Saunders uses distance and movement. He wants a bigger ring.
But 24 feet is fucking crazy.
It's outlandish.
It's crazy. And considering the fact that it's not like he has fought in big rings in the past. The biggest ring he's ever fought in is 20 feet. So
Brendan, go deeper than that, though. Who the fuck are you to be fighting the biggest fighter in the world? To unify a division, to be making demands, and if it's
you're making demands on Monday of fight week.
And if it's some sort of Sugar Ray Leonard head game, you ain't Sugar Ray Leonard.
You ain't Sugar Ray Leonard.
And you are not getting in Canelo's head, because for his critics and for his stands, nobody can say you're getting in Canelo's head. Whether you're a stand, a critic, or what you and I are just in the middle, and we're both fans. Go ahead.
So this is one thing that's fucked up about boxing, that this conversation even happens, that there's not a standard ring size, right? That ring sizes can be different, that ring surfaces can be different. So if the A side, we talk about A side and B side. A side is like the marquee name in the fight. If he feels that he's fighting a mover, or a cutie, a guy who's going to move around the ring real fast, what they'll do is they'll have more ring padding on the surface so the guy can't move as much. And the opposite is true. If the guy is a mover and he's the A side, he wants a hard surface ring so he can move better and tire out his opponent and use things to his advantage. This is like the Tom Brady not having the balls filled enough with air.
Right.
And it was a huge controversy.
Deflategate.
Deflategate. This is the Astros cheating, but it's all done in plain sight. So it's all done via negotiation, along with gloves, types of gloves.
A puncher's glove. Reyes, puncher's gloves.
Right. There should be, in my opinion, this speaks to a larger issue, so this would never happen.
It does. It speaks to us getting a national commission.
Right. Boom. You have to wear if you fight in, now someone mentioned if you fight in this area, So let's say the United States, we fight in the United States. It's 20-foot rings, and you have to wear. I'm just going to throw it out there. Grant gloves, right?
Sure.
So a really well-made Mexican glove.
Sure.
You have to fight in Grants, or you have to fight whatever. You have to fight.
Yeah,
in the
whatever
brand.
it is, it's uniform.
Yeah,
it's uniform.
Right.
But again, we try to avoid rabbit holes. But for people that don't understand what we're talking about, if you say to to the average person, Major League Baseball, MLB, that's where your head goes. If you say baseball, if you say basketball, your head goes to NBA. You say football, your head goes to NFL. If you say boxing, where does it go to?
Nowhere.
To some, the average Joe on the street.
Right.
We have the understanding of promoters, the ability to negotiate ridiculous things.
Every other sport has parameters, right? The only difference and the only thing that really is unique is baseball, where the outfields can be different. However, the distance between the bases is the same.
Correct.
From the pitching rubber to the plate, it's 60 foot 6 inches, and it's 90 feet between the bases.
The ball is uniform.
The ball is uniform, right? You can use different size bats.
Yes.
And different brand gloves. So baseball has a little
wiggle room there. But it's not crazy, and there's nothing crazy. You can't use an aluminum bat.
No, exactly. Like in hockey, like you have a puck, you have a stick, you have pads, but you have the same size rink that they play in. It's not like, if the Rangers are playing the Flyers,
right?
We're playing on cement in Philly. You know what I mean?
Basketball, there's no 11-foot rim.
Right. In Minnesota they got a 9.5-foot rim. You know what I mean? I'm saying, imagine that. Imagine like, oh shit, guys, we got Minnesota on Tuesday. Fuck.
Yeah, then they have a 9.5-foot rim. Their point guard can do 360 yams in the middle of the game.
Right. So boxing is this foolishness. So
I don't know that Brendan agrees with me that we should have a national commission.
Yeah,
but I think we should have a national
absolutely. Commission. And again, this is
John McCain, the politician, ran for president. He pushed for one. Republican guy didn't agree with a lot of what he said, but war veteran and an ex-boxer.
I think Harry Reid wanted it too, right? From Nevada, Harry Reid. Yeah, they were friends.
Yeah.
On opposite sides of the political spectrum, but they wanted it. They both boxers.
Yes.
So yes, I would love to see a national commission of some sort. And again, if there was an international fight, you have to abide by wherever you are. Right now, boxing exists on a state-to-state level. With the state athletic commissions, they typically follow one another as far as suspensions, save for Texas, because Texas just does whatever the fuck they want. But anyway, so here we are. It's fight week, and Billy Joe Saunders is threatening to walk if he doesn't get at least a 22-foot ring. The lawsuits that will fly if he walks fight week, the biggest fight of the year, against the biggest fighter of the year, he will never be on a televised card again. He will likely be blacklisted. But again, I'm saying this in absolutes, and it's boxing, and nothing is ever absolute.
Nothing is absolute, yeah.
But he doesn't carry the weight that I don't think he'll get booked again. He certainly won't get booked by DAZN. He certainly
or get booked here. I mean, if he can go back, on the UK fight scene, maybe, probably. There's probably local money, and
but
that he can be one of those guys,
Sure. But this is
a local thing. This is the big boy stage.
I think the fight will happen on Saturday. I think this is posturing. I think that these guys.
Well, I've already read stuff that it's been resolved. Like before we got on air, I know you were busy, so I was flipping around, just kind of making sure.
Okay,
they did this
resolved.
They did this. Do you know that he didn't show up at the face-off?
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
So while you were working and being busy, I checked it out. They ended up doing one. Like, it looks like the fucking deck at their fucking hotel, bro. Like, and Canelo's not happy. This guy shows up in a bathrobe, Billy Joe Saunders, and he's talking crazy. And Canelo isn't someone who talks English much, even though we both know he can speak it.
Did he tell him?
That motherfucker in English was like, "You're in big trouble," and walked away, and was stone faced and was not posturing. Bro.
He told someone from Billy Joe Saunders' team he's walking through the lobby. The guy
he
starts
called him a
harassing
pussy.
He called him a pussy. He's like, "Yeah, you're a fucking pussy."
I saw that. That was like captured on film in the lobby. Like this thing that I saw was like their face off, but because this retard had blown the real face off. Someone from the camp or even the zone was like, "Yo, I better film this because the real cameras on here." So it's like you can't even hear them because the wind is hitting the camera mic. Like I had to crank it, you know what I'm saying, to hear it. And he's like, "Yo, you're in trouble, bro. Like you're fucking around with this ring shit." Like now I'm mad, bro.
Now I'm mad.
You know what I mean? And there's a difference between. We have to explain to people that there's a difference between that Tyson Fury-esque posturing, where he's trying to get inside your head, and someone who's like, now I want to kill this motherfucker. And Canelo is built like that.
Yeah, I think I let's just get into it. I think
let's get into it. Let's get into it, bro.
I think Saunders is going to look okay for the first few rounds. I do think that Canelo will take over. I think he's going to hurt him. This fight is at 68. Saunders previously campaigned as a middleweight. I don't think this goes the distance. I'm going to say it now. I think it's a mid-round stoppage. I don't think Saunders wants to be there. I think the moment is getting to him. I think that all this shit that he's doing, I think he's losing his fucking mind. I think 6 weeks ago, whenever it was, he was saying he wasn't in shape. Something was preventing him from getting in shape. I can't remember what it was. Possibly, it just seems like we're headed towards a dominant Canelo victory.
I think Billy Joe Saunders' corner stops it in between the 9th and the 10th.
That's specific.
I think that he's gotten as far as he has. The sale of him is that he's a boxer and can move well. When you say that, who have you boxed and moved well against?
Yeah.
Now
David Lemieux is his best win, right?
Gary O'Sullivan and Andy Lee, who was on the way out, and a 40-year-old Martin Merry, Gary O'Sullivan. These are your best wins. Which of these people? A close fight against Chris Eubank Jr., a close win, eked by him. Willie Monroe, who was a tiny guy, a 54-pound guy. Again, his last fight was over a tough Martin Merry. Saunders has no pop, and he's going up.
And he's going up.
So he's going up 68, and Canelo's chin is iron. Iron. I mean, you're talking while we heap praise upon this guy. I've only seen Canelo hurt once by Cotto's brother when he was like 19.
Jose Cotto.
Yeah, that's the only time I saw him hurt. He was a kid and he recovered and knocked him out. Right. I've only seen him stung once. His chin is underappreciated because his other attributes are so deservedly discussed. And what the Reynosos have been able to do with him, I think has been great because I saw him as a pretty standard Chavez-esque guy years ago. And now that the head movement is sublime. Yeah. His ability to slip shots, very, Triple G famously, hilariously coined it Mexican style. Canelo does not fight. Canelo is now morphing into a bigger version of Juan Manuel Marquez. This guy is moving his head. He's countering. His feet aren't in the quicksand the way they were. I don't think his foot was great. But his feet were once in quicksand.
I'm going to actually go ahead and say he's got better head movement and inside defense than Marquez. Marquez got hit a lot. That was the
right now. Yes, I'm saying I right now. Yeah, Marquez got hit a lot. But he was a brilliant counterpuncher.
Sure.
I don't think Canelo was. I don't think Canelo was as brilliant of a counterpuncher. I think he's a really good one because he'll catch and shoot or he'll slip and fire that right.
Yeah.
You know, he'll slip. I've seen him do some beautiful shit where he was slipping Miguel Cotto's uppercut on the inside. He was slipping it and countering with a right.
Counter, yeah.
You know, real quick to a short right. But I agree with you. We both give our predictions early in the analysis, but like I said, I just want to say, and I don't know if you agree with me. It's easy to say that this guy's a boxer, this guy's a mover, he boxes well, blah, blah. Like, who has given you David Lemieux's feet are in quicksand? Like what?
David Lemieux's a one-trick pony. I mean,
he is. He's got bombs in his hands, but so did Edison Miranda. Right. Like, let's not confuse guys who can turn your lights out with that meaning you're great. You know,
right.
Golovkin did him dirty. He got sparked. He sparked Curtis Stevens clean out. But when you do that, whoa, holy shit! You know what I mean? He can crack.
Yeah. Who did he lose to early in his career? I was like
Lemieux.
Gabriel Campillo.
Gabe Campillo, I think so.
Yeah. And he lost like Alcine, right?
Joaquin Alcine.
Joaquin. Yeah, I think that's It was 2 in a row. He lost 2 in a row. But anyway, Look, Saunders is going to do what he does. You know, he's going to. Again, we talk about sort of awkward movement. You know, he's going to try to be cute, and I think that Canelo's at a different. There's, as Andre Ward said, there's levels to this.
Yes.
And I think Canelo is of a higher caliber, higher pedigree, and I think he's tougher. I think he's better, and I think he's more suited for the moment. We were talking about the moment before.
He's built for the moment.
Right.
He's been doing this since 15.
So Saunders to me seems like a guy who's melting down. I don't know if this is a put on. I don't know if this is a gimmick. I don't know if he's cutting a promo. But to me, from the outside looking in, this seems like a guy losing his mind.
I don't think those things are mutually exclusive. I think he's maybe cutting promos and being wacky because he's losing his mind. This is the way I'm coping with the fact that I feel like I'm in over my head, or this is my moment and I'm crumbling. What am I going to do now? And everyone, we all react differently as human beings, bro.
Sure.
Like, I remember one time you said to me, I don't know how you get on the stage like that. And I was like, I remember what you would do, your line of work, like working in TV all those years. I was like, bro, I don't even understand what you talk when you and Billy are trying to get my microphone to work that I bought.
Right.
We still aren't using it because I can't get the mic to work. It's just, how do you do this? Are you collapsing? What has been his biggest stage? Let's think about it. We named them.
Yeah.
Martin Murray, David Lemieux. That's your stage so far.
Yeah. So I mean, I again, they to me they seem like they're looking for an out with the 24-foot ring.
I even think Canelo lets him be cute for a couple rounds.
Maybe. Sure.
By using the word lets him, I mean he's downloading information.
Yeah.
I don't mean lets him just eats punches.
No.
I see him.
All right. I see. Getting his timing down.
I'm trying to catch his timing. This is his rhythm. He throws two and then puts. He throws two jabs and then puts a right hand behind it. I'm gonna right. I'm gonna catch that. I think 3 or 4 rounds. I'm not saying he's up 4-0 at the end of those rounds, but I'm saying that I don't think Canelo is coming out and trying to James Kirkland him in 1 or 2. I think he's going to download the information, take that information. Reynoso tells him, look, bang that body, slow this guy down, throw those uppercuts, throw those hooks, come back upstairs if you want, because those body shots might, if you're saying, I mean, I didn't hear him rambling on that he wasn't in shape 6-8 weeks ago. If that's true, I'm going downstairs from the rip. I'm banging the body early and often. I'm putting. It's what you telling me that I didn't hear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't like him, bro. I don't like his face.
He's complaining about something he couldn't get in shape or do.
If I'm fighting a guy who was complaining that he couldn't be in shape, I'm going downstairs. I'm not even going up top until the 5th.
Right.
I'm jabbing. I'm moving my head. I'm digging the body for 4.
I think we're going to see a marquee performance here.
And then you got a unified guy at 168. Here's the other thing. When we discussed our top 10, the knock 'em out the box top 10 that caused the stir online, you know, which I don't know how, but I don't know what talking points there are in that. If you want to move people around, we're fine with that.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? And you've said it's why you hate these lists because they create, but it creates it's talking points, and that's what we're here to do. But you hate them. You know my man, correct? I think you guys have been talking online.
Yeah,
he's a trainer. He hates them too. All right, I understand that, but they're talking points. But I mean, you know, there were some very uneducated statements on there. Some people said, "Where's Berlanga?" Some people like, wait, what did you just say to me?
No, dude. Look, man, you get flavors of the month fans that watch boxing, so they, you know, Berlanga's been on ESPN. It's like, oh, look at this guy, you know, as opposed to really watching the sport. Well,
I just want to ask you this question: if Canelo does what we think he's going to do we flip flop him with Bud?
Yeah,
in our top 10. I think we have.
And apparently the Bud Pacquiao fight is off or never.
It fell through. Aram is saying that the people who said had the site fee backed out. I don't believe him. The people he's implying backed out have the money. They have more money than Aram can ever fathom. Right. So, or if they did, Aram did some shit like that.
That fucked it all up. Pissed someone off.
Let's be honest here, man. Don't leave out the part of the story where you fucked up.
Right.
And people do that in life. I'm just not talking about Aram. That's a life lesson. Don't tell me a story and leave out the part where you fucked the shit up.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? So there's two.
Aram's got to stop using his index finger and start using his thumb a little bit, because look, man, this guy's not. He's losing purse bids. This is an issue.
He's got to get out of that top rank deal. B.
Oh, Bud, yeah.
I don't care where he goes to, and you know me, I don't like Heyman or the PBC. Fuck it. Go ahead. Go there. Go there. Mix up with all those guys.
Your whole legacy's going to shit.
I don't know how many fights he has left on the deal. You know, everyone's voicing their displeasure.
Everyone was killing him when he re-upped that deal.
When he re-upped, I don't know what the deal was for though. I don't remember. When it was announced, I said, was it 3 fights? Was it 5? Bud's not young, man. Bud's 33.
And his manager is also the trainer. And Bomac came under a lot of criticism for re-upping that deal.
I like Bomac, so I don't know. You know,
I like him as a trainer. I don't know how he is as a manager.
Neither do I. I have no idea how he is as a manager. And then I don't know that your trainer is even capable of being your manager, especially when your dudes that grew up together and that's your guy from the neighborhood. Right. I don't know that he has the capabilities of doing that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. But I get we're it's speculation if we don't know the deal. So I don't know how much longer Bud has. But we're dealing with people who are vocal about their displeasure. Aram's crying that he's losing money on Bud, who we have as the best fighter in the world for at least a few more days. And then it'll be, you know, either 1B or 2.
Well, he's
you know what I mean? And there's no fight in sight. There's no, Pacquiao fell through, but we got honestly, this other real guy at 47.
If Bud doesn't fight a top 3 47-pounder, I'm dropping him like pretty far down the list because there's other guys fighting better guys.
I agree.
Bottom line. So
I agree.
Like, if Spence fights Ugas, which that's going to come off, then obviously Spence is going to jump up if he wins. You know,
Ugas is no joke, bro.
No, Ugas is no joke. So look, we got a lot of. So I don't think we should do a pound for pound this week, just because nothing changed from the last one.
I mean, do we wrap it up with Canelo? Is the question? Do we? I mean,
yeah. That's it.
I'm saying the corner stops it in between the 9th and the 10th after the 9th round.
I'm saying Canelo stops it. I think Canelo.
You think he short circuits him? Okay.
I think he's gonna like beat him. I think it's a referee stoppage or yes.
Okay, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that. I think the corner stops it in between rounds, or Saunders says no mas.
Or,
I think
yeah,
no
correct.
mas is him. You know what I
I
mean?
can see that. Hey, man, again, I hate to if it's a gimmick or if it's he's put on. I think the makings of that are there as well. That
If
Saunders
you
quit.
if you didn't
Quit
tell
job.
me, if you didn't tell me about his complaining about not being in shape, which I didn't know about, and I only saw what I've seen of him as a fighter, who
Mhm.
he's fought, and his theatrics with the ring, and just him being a dickhead, I would make the same prediction. So
Right.
the getting in shape part isn't playing a part in my prediction. You know what I mean? Whereas it normally would with someone else.
It's really no. I was more or less saying that because like I said, he's just nonstop complaining since this
No,
thing
you
started.
people are built, and with that they call that you're building in excuses.
Yeah.
So it's
right.
the post fight. I didn't get to. You're already coming up with reasons why you took this life altering fade.
My favorite thing is when they say, no excuses, but, and then here's my list.
Of course, that's what he's going to say.
So we got Canelo by stoppage. Can't wait till Saturday.
Knock him out the box. Knock him out. Knock him out the box. Knock him out. Knock him out the box.